Alright everyone, welcome to the 60 Minutes at Detroit as we just got underway for the Simulated Sports Car Series. Sorry about the delay in the start of the stream, as the computer just honestly did not want to fire up. So we are green and underway at Detroit, a tricky little road course, actually more known as a street course, of course home of the Grand Prix of Detroit in the IndyCar Series. Also holds host to the Sports Car Series. And right now we got one heck of a battle on track. 12 cars showing up today across three different divisions here for the Simulated Sports Car Series. 60 minutes coming your way. Take a look at the race steps already with a 124.528. Your fastest lap. Looks like there's maybe a little bit of damage there on that prototype. And we'll get you caught up on what has happened so far here momentarily. Again, estimated 43 laps of green flag racing headed your way right now. All right, up front in the Daytona prototype with our strongest field of the season. That's LMG Racing leading the way with Mr. William up there in the lead overall. Of course, in Daytona prototype. In the lead in GTLM, it's going to be Team James. Like their James in the lead. In that number 66 machine. Not too far behind some of those prototypes. And right behind him, a new driver to the series, Rob Penny back here in this Ford GT, running second in GTLM right now, trying to close the gap. Of course, Detroit, a little tight, tricky racetrack. Trying to get around here. Let's take a look at your track facts here coming into tonight, this morning for the Simulated Sports Car Series. A 14 turn road course, 2.3 miles around. Track temp at 111 degrees Fahrenheit. Air temp right now at 77 degrees. Seven out of 43 estimated laps already complete this evening. Taking a look here at the Ford GT. Piloted by Rob there. Sean in that 617 machine runs third. Now, the biggest field of the evening back here in GTT. Post Note Racing leading the way. Full Ascend by Sten. Of course, I drove for this team back at Bathurst. They're currently running in second, and they're right there on the heels closing in for that P2 or P1 position in GTD. This is the closest battle on the racetrack to Audi, right behind that Mercedes AMG. Of course, rocketing their way down through here on the gas. Closest battle right now on the racetrack. Nice, tricky little section of the racetrack back on the gas. Full ascend racing, trying to close the gap down. Look nice and smooth a run right now. Trying to get right to the back bumper, force them to make a mistake. It's about the only thing you can do here. Take a lap around on board here at Detroit. No room for error here as the walls will close in on each side of you here. Oh, nearly a mistake there out of full ascend. Nearly losing the back of that race car. Now working their way back across through that little kink, as I call it, and that's a tight little corner. And back into the left-right hander, starting to lose a little bit of time there to Post-it Note Racing. Actually, it looks like they may have damage there on that car. A little bit of right side damage possibly, and the battle was on for third as well. BTL Motorsports and TF Motorsports right there behind them. That's a battle for third and fourth in GTD. Across the stripe here. 9 out of the estimated 43 laps complete. Here they come, trying to make a dive on the car here into a hard braking zone, trying to figure out a way to get around. Kind of tough to do so right now. He'll fall in line down the straightaway here, try to get a pull off that Ferrari. And hard on the brakes, nothing doing there. He'll still fall behind. Now nose to tail into, oh, very tight. Out next to the wall. No real room right now for these guys to really make any type of move. Back on the straightaway, this might be a good chance for the BMW. That Ferrari may be a little bit better on the high-end speed. Excuse me, not BMW, the AMG back there. That Ferrari might have a little bit higher top-end speed. However, in my personal opinion, from driving these things, the AMG tends to handle just a tad bit better in tighter corners. Down the front straightaway, or excuse me, down in the hard braking corner. Hard on the brakes, nothing doing there, still nose to tail. This battle rages on. It looks like the TF Sport may possibly be a little bit better in certain sections of the racetrack. Man, that Ferrari can really open it up. on the straightaway. He's just not able to close the gap. Lap 11 of 43. At this point, really starting to open that gap by quite a bit. We'll go check in with Full Send as they're still trying to run down posted note. Posted right there in front of them in that BRS sponsored AMG. Meanwhile, your leader right now in a GTLM, that's going to be James leading the way. Nice smooth run for him. Let's go on aboard from James's point of view. See how slick this street circuit is. No real room to make a mistake as we warpipe through pit road entrance, back down to the start finish line into turn one. Just absolutely no room for error here with walls on both sides of the racetrack. Right now, still your leader in Daytona Prototype LMG racing out front. Calling here in as the stand the one, the Motorsports entry. Right now, second in Daytona Prototype. We'll go back to that battle, Post-it Note Racing. Still trying to hang on to the lead in GTD. And we're going to let you have a little bit of sports car. Crank it up here early in the morning here on Sunday for the simulated sports car series only on Extreme Sim TV. We're back here 16 out of 43 estimated laps. Post-a-Note Racing still trying to close the gap down on Full Send. Full Send starting to pull away now. Little by little as your leader in Daytona Prototype is starting to work their way through this traffic. All the way right now, he has made his way through quite a bit of it. Still working through at the GTLM category. Looks like it's so far for LMG a smooth race. Hard on the gas, spun the tires just a little bit, able to get up and going. As we're nearing the halfway point of the race here. Again, 60 minutes, we're 37 remaining now. So pit stops are looming for everyone. Is around a halfway will probably mark your pit stops to run to the end. And boy, what a good run for LMG Racing as they have opened that gap up around 34 seconds over their nearest competitor, which is Colin back here in the Stand and Wand Motorsports. Oh, Colin into the wall. He slides off, gets in the fence just a little bit. Just hard to control these cars around this tight street circuit. He heads by pit road to go by the start finish line once again off into turn one. Into turn number one, going through, headed towards 2 and 3. Again, 60 minutes is the race length here today. Already down to 36 minutes remaining. That's right, 36 minutes remaining here for the Simulated Sports Car Series, only on Extreme Sim TV. Back to the battle for the lead in here at GTLM. Full Send is still in front of Posted Note. Lap number 19 is going to go up on the board here momentarily. Again, these guys pretty much racing at this point to halfway. They'll probably take fuel at halfway and continue on. See that gap stabilized here at around 1.4 seconds. Now around 2 seconds as he's starting to pull away just a little bit. Trying to take care of that Audi. Trying to get it through to the end of this one. Probably 4 stops here today. Probably won't see a change of tires. Probably is going to be a splash of fuel and go. Really, the race is not long enough. Oh, the Audi, your leader in GTLM. Or, excuse me, GTD. Getting that car up against the fence a little bit. Past the start-finish line once again. At the stripe that time by roughly 34 minutes remains in the 60 minutes from Detroit. (19 out of 42 complete. Now the Audi's starting to step away just a little bit from Posted Note. not really able to close the gap. He hops the curve. Oh, up against that fence again. We've seen that quite a bit here. You just run a little bit wide, catch your fence just a little bit, keep going. Doesn't seem to have hurt the Audi at all. Still able to handle it. Throw pretty good momentum and speed out there. Taking a look here at BTL Motorsports. Jennifer up here running in that third position in class. Great showing for her. I believe this is her second race in the Simulated Sports Car Series. And right now running P3 in class. She's a little bit back from Post-it Note racing. She's got a gap to make up. But she's doing a great job, nice and smooth. Keeps it off the wall, working her way through there. Again, running third in class. Keep doing what you're doing here. You're going to walk away with a podium finish. And you can't ask for much more other than a race win. Man, you never know if Post-it Note and Full Seed, if they get together, or Full Send, we may have an issue to where she could take advantage of it. The Audi now stepping away from Post-it Note. We seen earlier in the season, Post-it Note was able pretty much to dominate this class. But since more and more competition is showing up, getting a little harder to win these things. Probably about 3 seconds back on the Audi is Post-it Note right now. All right. As we're coming up on the halfway point in the race, we're going to go through your Extreme Sim TV keys to the end of the race. And my first key, first thing that I've noticed, keep that car off the wall. It's very easy to lose that car. Lay it in the fence. Very simple. You can clip a curb. Just lose the back of the car. The street course does not have the grip of many other places. Very, very bumpy. Heck, we've seen a pace car wreck here in the IndyCar series. Just rolling up out the green. Maybe the CEO or whoever it was in that Chevy Corvette didn't know what they were doing, but nevertheless, they wrecked it over top of the hill. Audi again touches the wall. You cannot keep doing that with these cars. You will hurt them for sure. Post-it Note now closing the gap. And you're already halfway through this one. As they go by pit entry, take a look. They're not stopping this time by. Staying out here so far. And I kind of wonder how deep they're going to run into this. You've got to imagine they'll take fuel, fuel and no tires on their pit stop. Alright, now the Audi's starting to stretch its legs. This right now, folks, is your closest battle on the racetrack. Your leader here in GTLM looks like is going to be James, still leading the way in this one. He's got a pretty healthy lead over the Ford GT of Rob. Pretty far back there. with 28 minutes left. Oh, you hear that car revving up, that Porsche 911, as he works it through. And we're looking on the lookout here for pit stops as we're getting closer and closer to time. Right now, nobody has made a stop. Everybody around 22 to 23 laps in the stint. Take that back, TF Sport. Right here in GTD has made a stop. And we have a development. It looks like Full Send is out of the race. What happened here? Oh no. The Audi was doing a great job up front. Clips the curb, gets in the wall, and around your leader goes. Your leader in GTD gets, or GTD, yeah, correct, into the fence and out of the race. That's going to turn the lead over to Posted Note. That's going to move Jennifer up to second. That's what I just said a few minutes ago. Her car looks pretty clean, keeping it nice and smooth. And you just had one make a mistake in front of them. Now she's got to go try to run down Posted Note Racing. About 5/10 off the last time through. To monitor the lap times between these two cars as Full Send Racing. Of course, that is Sten driving that car into the fence, which handed the lead over to Posted Note to work their way in to maybe get another win here this evening. No stops in this class as of yet. Now a gap beginning to build here. LGM Racing still with the lead up front end. Daytona Prototype. Sign One Motorsports right here in P2. James still trying to. Okay, James now on pit road. Your leader in GTLM making his pit stop for the evening. He'll pull out and we'll see him re-enter the race course, and that should be his only stop on the evening. Ford GTE, driven by Rob, trying to close the gap down, but he has got a long way to go. As you can see, he's right there on the back bumper of VHR. That is for P2 in class. And it looks like the Ford has made his stop. VHR has not. So VHR will link with that position here momentarily for pit stops and bring that Porsche down to take on fuel. That'll give the Ford back to P2 in class. Thomas right now running around back third in class in GTD. Estimated 17 laps of racing yet to go. Oh, watch that prototype as it tries to work its way through. That's your leader in the prototype class. And he's just got to be careful working his way around this AMG. Oh, to the bottom he goes. He'll make it work into turn one. Nice and smooth. Nice job. And he will clear his way through. Back up front. James still doing a nice job here leading in GTLM. Post-it note racing still leading the way in GTD. Julian back here with a rough race, running 9th overall in this Daytona prototype. Definitely going to lose some points here today to Colin. Now Julian has pretty much dominated Daytona prototype class in the series up to this point, and just a really, really rough day for that number 9 machine. Jennifer McDonald still trying to close the gap down on Derek for the lead in GTLM, or excuse me, GTD. A little far ways back, and I'm monitoring the lap times. Couple of tenths off right now, but you just never know. Anything can happen here. Derek makes a mistake up there. She could be right there to his back bumper as Derek comes by. Pit road entry. With 15 laps to go, estimated 15. Working our way through once again. Looks like we got some wing damage on your leader in GTLM. They rocket their way by the final corner once again. Estimated 13 to go now. with 18 minutes remaining in this one. That's 18 minutes to go. It's an estimated 13 laps. LMG still leading the way in Daytona Prototype. Rob sitting here second in GT LM. Now we're going to let you enjoy a little bit of Crank It Up here at Detroit once again in the Simulated Sports Car Series only on Extreme Sim TV. Development here in GTD. Jennifer back on pit road. Her second stop of the evening. We'll see if we can find out what happened. Something. She needed to come in. Maybe didn't get that car full on fuel. Kind of really the loss here for why she should have been good on fuel from the first stop. However, she come back down, and that's going to relinquish P2 in class. Oh, the car steps out just a little bit on TF Sport. We've seen how easy it was earlier to get in the fence. As evidenced by Fullerton, they were leading in class. Ended up getting turned around hard into the fence. Just lost the back end of the race car. Car pretty much set on cruise control at this point. You have a Daytona Prototype machine right on their back bumper. Julian here trying to work his way by TF Sport, and it makes it pretty cleanly. Oh, Julian into the wall. Overdrives the corner. He's got all kinds of side damage on that machine. Man, just a rough race for Julian. Your points leader in Daytona Prototype. And man, he has just not been his day here at Belle Isle. As we're coming up on the 10-minute remaining mark, 10 minutes to go. Again, keeping an eye on Julian there in the Black Dog Racing machine. Having a rough go at it here today. Meanwhile, who hasn't had a rough go, the LMG Racing still leading the way in Daytona Prototypes. Out front, managing to hang on. Cross the stripe once again. His lead over Stenwand is pretty expansive. His last lap time of 124 to Collins 126. About 2 seconds a lap faster. And just easing away as we're coming up on the 10-minute remaining mark. Ten minutes remaining in this one here at Detroit. Or bouncing his way down the bumpy straightaways here. You don't get any rest around Detroit here. Cross headed for the start-finish line once again. As we're going to have 10 minutes remaining in the 60 minutes at Detroit for the simulated sports car series here on Extreme Sim TV. James leading the way, still in GTLM. And Posted Note Racing leading the way there in a GTD. DHR running third in GTLM. Jennifer back here in third in class, but man, I'm really surprised. I really felt like she could have held in there for second. She had to make that unscheduled pit stop. That dropped her back a spot, but still going to be a podium finish for her. As long as she can hang on here. As well, she looks like she'll be fine for that because the other two cars in class, Full Send and Posted Note 99, both out of this event. Full Send was leading the way when they made a mistake, got in the inside and outside wall, tore that car all up. James still leading the way in up here in GTLM. Oh, kicking up a little bit of dirt there, does James. Kind of runs off the racetrack just a little bit. Gets it gathered back up. Just got to be careful here. Keep this car nice and straight. We've already seen a leader of class make a mistake earlier today, costing them dearly. You definitely don't want to have that happen. LMG Racing still smoothly working their way around Detroit, or otherwise known as Belle Isle. Taking a look after
connected.
Being nice and smooth on the throttle. And we have 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes remaining here at Detroit. James back here still leading the way, GTLM. Rob running second in that Ford. Rob doing a nice job today as well. Coming up on 3 minutes even remaining here at Detroit. I tell you what, James has done a great job. All your class leaders, William, have done an amazing job. Thomas back there at TF Sport has also done a really great job. Trying to close down on Posted Note. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. But man, they have both done a great job. As now Colin looks to be going a lap down there in the LMP1 category. Julian still kind of struggling. Your points leader coming into the night or today in LMP1 or Daytona Prototype, excuse me, not LMP1, has having issues as well. Kind of wish they were LMP1s, because them cars are bad fast. As we come up on 2 minutes even remaining here from Belle Isle. Two minutes even now remaining here at Belle Isle. So James only having to hang on to the lead for 2 more minutes. Roughly 3 laps here at Detroit remaining. Alright, here we go. Coming down to it now. Taking a look at your overall leader, that LMG racing machine, working his way through some traffic. Oh, he gets in the outside wall. First mistake we've seen him make really all day. As he heads towards the pit entry. Take 2 laps to go here. Two laps to go for your leader in Daytona Prototype, Mr. William, leading the way as we're under a minute here. So we will be headed towards the white flag this time by. Colin here with a nice run as well. Second Daytona Prototype. As time is about to run out now with 9.87 seconds remaining. Oh, Colin makes a mistake. He's going to hang on to the position. Time is out. White flag in the air. This will register as your last trip through. Here comes the overall leader into the final section of corners. Keep it nice and smooth. Head for home as he heads in past the pit road entrance. Checkered flag in the air. Your overall winner here today, LMG Racing. William behind the wheel is going to take the win in Daytona Prototype. And we'll take a look as they cross. Headed for the start-finish line one more time. And here comes your winner in that class. Your GTLM winner, Mr. James, and that number 66 machine taking home the GTLM win here today. And your winner in GTD is going to be Post-it Note Racing. Let's see if we can get a Post-it Note Racing. Mr. Derek there will get the win in GTD. Alright, there you have it, your top finishers. We'll be back here in a moment to see if we can get an interview in just one moment.
Disconnected.
All right, as you can see, there's nobody in TeamSpeak there, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here. Great race out of the Simulated Sports Car Series. Congratulations to all three class winners today. They'll be back here in 2 weeks on Extreme Sim TV, and coming up later on tonight, we will have the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series headed your way. It's been a great morning from Detroit. I'm going to go hop on a plane, get ready to go catch the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series here tonight. And we'll see you here in about 9 hours or so on Extreme Sim TV.